guys, I'm HP, this is Dr. Pink, and today's topic is slow blues guitar timing essentials. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button, and also join the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. So what are we talking about today? Slow blues is really a tough topic. I have one here, 40 BPM, it's really slow, and we're gonna learn to be more precise in the playing. And so on. It looks like nothing, but this thing here is really, really tough, even for advanced players. If you've never done that before, you better check it out. So let's get started. As already said, it's a really, really slow blues, only 40 BPM, so it's extremely slow. That makes the whole thing extremely difficult because you have a lot of space for error. So the first thing you need to go for is to hit the quarter note really on the back, on the top. You can make a first exercise. This is a blues in G. So we're playing it has a little bit special form to make it even a bit more challenging for you. That you have to be able to follow the beat, feel the beat, and also follow the form. So let's check this out. First, we're gonna try to just hit the quarter note. And now, how do you count this? 3, 4. Some people might want to count this as 6, 8. In fact, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. You can count it like this if you want, but it's better to count it as 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. So you start just trying to hit the quarter note exactly on the beat. Not a little bit before, not a little bit after, exactly on the beat. You can choose any note. In this case, I just play the G, but you can play anything. And if you feel more comfortable, you can play through the pentatonics, but just playing quarter notes, And while you do this, you don't see my foot here, but that makes the movement. 1, 2, 3. Really feel the beat. That's the main thing you have to learn. Feel the beat, because that is your main grid where you're working inside, If you don't feel the beat, everything which comes after, which gets more complicated, will not work. So you first need to feel the quarter note. So and also, while you play these quarter notes, also already try to start making music, Just don't just play the note, okay, I just played it, and it's boring. This stuff is not boring, because this is the main thing which you need to do when you want to do music. Really, feel the note, feel the music, feel the beat. That's the main thing. And if you cannot do the quarter note on one note, how can you play more complicated stuff? Feel the note. Or you try to make music. Really feel the beat. If you cannot do this, you cannot move to the next step, because that's the first priority, is that you feel the quarter note really back, like a machine. Maybe not like a machine, more like a human is really dedicated to the blues. Yeah. Good, that's the first thing you need to do. Second thing is to know the form. How do you know the form? Well, in this case, I'm gonna play it for you, but let's get to the close view for that. Alright, now let's play the chords. And to make it more tough for you guys, if you want to work with this backing track, by the way, it's available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. It's only drum and bass, so you really have to know what you're doing here. We're playing, as I said, a blues in G. For G, we are choosing this chord here. It's a G13. You make a bar in the third. Here, middle finger fourth, index in the fifth. That's G13. Then we go to C9, one bar. Here, 3, 3, 3, 2. Then 2 bars G. 2 bars C. So till now it's regular blues with quick change. One, but now comes a little bumper. Let's say the bumper. 1 bar G, 1 bar E9. So you take the same chord as C, go up here in the 6th fret. Then 1 bar A13, the same chord as G13. 1 bar D9. Well, it's only 2 chord patterns, but you just move them around. Then we have a turnaround. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So C, G13 to C9 to G13 to D9. So now the next exercise is you follow the form and just play the chord on count 1 and still make music. Not just play like, okay, I played it now, so what's the deal? Try to make music on that. Try to form the chord. What I often do is I press against the body of the guitar, make like a tremolo effect, but still being on the beat and trying to do the tremolo effect on the beat of the song. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This stuff is not easy. 3 has to be really precise and make music. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now comes the special part. 3 for G. G, E, A, and D. Now comes the turnaround. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was the whole thing. It looked easy, but it is not. Really try to make music, even it's so simple and it's really extremely slow, so you really need to know what you're doing. Now we try to, before we just played whole notes of like 4 beats, but now we're gonna play a little rhythm patterns like 1, 2. So we have a long one, so a legato chord, and the short one, so but on quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Same thing now with the different rhythm pattern, a little bit more challenging, but because now we have an additional technique playing legato and staccato. Okay. And make this effect on the long note. 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. Now E. 3, 4, A, 3, 4, D. Now comes a turnaround. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay? Good. Now we want to fill up the empty spaces with some soloing. We're just using the G minor pentatonic in this case. We could do other stuff, but we won't take it to the harp because now we're just working on the timing, which means we are making things as less complicated as possible. Okay, so we're just using the G minor pentatonics here in this position here. Now, we have 3 timing signatures which we are playing now, and just only these ones. We also could make it more complicated, but if you cannot do the basics, then you will not have a chance with the more complicated stuff. So we have 3 timing signatures. We have shuffled 8s, triplets, and sextols. What are shuffled 8s? Are 2 per beat. So this is the tempo. 1 and 2 and 3 is really slow. And try to make an accent on the beat, on the offbeat a little bit less from the dynamics. So 1 and 2 and 3. That you have really an accent on. You can take your foot, which you don't see here, to let you feel where exactly always is the beat, and then you just give an accent there. 3, 4. And always try to make music even if it's simple and just an exercise. Okay? Really try to have full control over your tone, full control over the timing, full control over the accent. Okay? Now triplets. Triplets are 3 per beat, so you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. These are triplets. Now triplets, we make an accent on the first of the triplets, so 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here comes the difficulty. First triplet, it's a downstroke. Second triplet is an upstroke. That's a bit confusing, but you need to practice that. So what helps is again the foot. You don't see it here. use your feel for the body. When the foot goes down, they make the accent. So as I said, once is a down and once is an upstroke. Oopsie. 3, 4. It's quite hard if you haven't done it before. Sorry. Really pay attention to the accent and down and upstroke. Now sextols are 6 per beat, which in this faster tempos can be really fast. In this case, it just feels like you're playing something, but you need to have the proper accent. So it's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, accent on the first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. So let's try that one. 3, 4. Opposite. Try to get a feeling for sextols because you don't really have the time to count it, you know. Try to get a feeling for it and get the accent right. And also here you heard that it was a dynamic little story I was telling. Try to express that as well. Good. So now we have all tools together. And maybe since we want to have one lick which works, this one here works as a sextol lick. We will add that as well. So we have this here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have this as an additional thing to not just playing scale up, scale down. You have a little lick here as a sextol. And then it goes on. Now we try to put stuff like that in the spaces that we created before with the second rhythm pattern of the chords. So now you really need to know what you're doing to still be precise. What is the trick behind it? You don't see it, but the foot. This here. This is your, you know, your rail which you're going. This keeps you on track. So you have to practice these basic timing things so well that you really you have an automatism on this, you know. And then you can start mixing it up. You play, because you have the difficulty, you need to keep the timing, keep the form. That's the same thing. You have to play the chords, keep the form, and still being able to play some musical licks in between. So keep it simple, but try to make music from the very first note on. There's no bad notes. It's only bad notes if you're not making music, if you don't know what you're doing. So these are the path you want to, you know. I'll show you. So we play chords. See, so you mix up chords with stuff like that. And one difficulty just occur now when you play sextols on 2-beat, the last note you have to skip that, otherwise you don't have enough time to go back to the chords. But you need to have time to notice that stuff. Okay, let me go through the whole thing and just show you how this works. You just play in these gaps with these basic timings. You can play either shuffled 8s or triplets. A shuffled 8 was always try to make music and keep the timing going on, and then you're already pretty good on slow blues. So 3, 4. You don't need to make complicated stuff, you know? You just need to stay in the tune. Yo guys, that was slow blues guitar timing fundamentals. I created some tabs for this here that you can practice this stuff. Plus the backing track is available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Even the stuff seems to be simple there because it's 40 BPM, it's really tough. You know, if you've never done this before, even if you're already an advanced player or an intermediate player, if you've never done this before, really focus on this thing being precise and put your priorities on the right space. I've seen so many students having the priorities on, you know, playing fast, playing fancy licks and whatever, and they never done that before. But that's the way to go. This comes first. What is first? The foot. Or your body feel for the timing, for the quarter note. If you don't have that, you will miss 50% of music, because rhythm is 50% of music, okay? And then comes the form. You need to stay in the form, need to know where you are. So first comes timing, then comes the form, and then you can start to put in some simple stuff. And once you have built your automatisms, then you can go more wild, you know. But if you don't have the basics together, you get lost in when you go wild. I've seen many players, they go wild and they lose themselves, and then what my teacher once said to me when I was a young student, sounds nice, but it doesn't make any sense. Well, we want to make sense in music, and we need to have the priorities right, and this is what I just said. And I also made the same mistakes. Don't believe I didn't do the mistakes, but I just try to help you guys to not do these same mistakes, but you don't need to listen to me, but I'm just trying to help. Good, that's all I had to say. As I already said, if you want to download the stuff here and also support the work of me and Dr. Pink, you can join the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. You can find the download link there, or you can buy a t-shirt. The link is in the product tabs. That would be really cool. Or just share the word that this channel exists. Yo, see you guys.